I don't care if you built it with your bare hands out of an old Ferengi cargo ship. It's gonna go, and we're gonna go with it.
Hello and good evening. Star Trek The Next Generation Season 3 Episode 6, titled Booby Trap, is over, and it has been since 1989. But we're just getting started here on Live Long and Podcast in 2020-25 as we continue our mission to watch every episode of Star Trek The Next Generation and talk all about it. Now, here's the guy who's still wondering if falling for a hologram is tragic, brilliant, or just another day in the holodeck. I'm your host, Dave Mader. This is an episode about isolation, ingenuity, and emotional risks of artificial intimacy. Let's break it all down here tonight with our panel. Coming in first, he's our technologist who's already questioning the ethics of holographic relationships and whether Jody's solution violates more than just protocol. It's Jody Simpson.
I did all of those things when I watched this episode again. You know what, Dave? They still haven't answered the one looming question, which is who cleans up the holodeck after?
It's the ensigns. We learned this on Lower Decks. It was established.
Oh, that's right. It was on Lower Decks. You're right.
Yeah. Coming in here next, from communist Cuba to the Jeffries tubes, he's ready to read the room like a treaty. Calm, clear, and already 2 steps ahead of the technobabble. It's Adam Woodward.
Hey, guys. I really like this episode, but I find the beginning a little off-putting. With Jordy.
The beginning. Well, he's on a bad date. Yeah,
a bad date.
I think it's supposed to be off-putting.
What do you have against Coco No-Nos?
I have nothing against Coco No-Nos when they work. Poor guy.
Well, these Coco No-Nos were not
can't
working.
get laid to save his life.
No violins coming. Yeah, Jordy struggles.
All the things you can do in a holodeck, you can do like a visit to an amusement park. I don't know. That's why I came up with it. You go to the beach. Well, you do go to the beach, but more than what they were doing, sitting there with no conversation. Awful.
Yes, well, that's not how you do it on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And coming in here to round out our panel tonight for the first time on this podcast, she's boldly watching The Next Generation for the first time. If Jordy's building a connection, she's building Starfleet one brick at a time. It's Becky Robinson.
Hi, good to be here.
Welcome, Becky.
Thank you. It was an interesting episode for my first watch through, so I enjoyed it. Can't wait to talk about it. So
yeah,
just so this is actually your first watch.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Of any Star Trek episode or just this show?
I've seen the Star Trek movies.
Okay.
Like the Chris Pine movies.
The Kelvin timeline. Okay. Yeah.
And then I saw Nemesis when it first came out.
Nemesis is the bomb. I love Nemesis.
It's not. Don't listen to him.
It is the best ever. I love that.
So
everybody hates on it, but I love
I saw that in theaters, and that's been it. Really.
So you're somewhat familiar with these characters from the
Hold on, Dave. We have a more important question for Becky. Was Nemesis good for you?
I enjoyed it. I didn't know
there you go.
Characters.
People that like it.
Right. She doesn't know better. Come on.
You know.
So all right. Well, glad to have you with us.
Thank you.
And yeah, always good to have a fresh take on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Just before we jump into it, yes, this is the 54th episode overall of the show. It originally aired on October 30th. Happy birthday to Amanda Mater. But back in 1989. Written by Ron Roman and Michael Piller and directed by Gabrielle Beaumont. And in this episode, the Enterprise is caught in a centuries-old snare. Geordi's caught in something even trickier, a holographic romance. As the crew races to escape the deadly energy drain, one engineer finds himself bonding with the blueprint of a woman who may not be real. Well, she's not real, but she's based on a real person. So there's a lot.
Apparently not as good as it could have been, though. We find out later on in the series. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, before I
probably should explain that to Becky because we are going to be probably doing that. She hasn't seen the other episode.
Well, maybe we should start with Becky's reaction because obviously the other three of us have seen this many times and we're very familiar with what comes after it too. So Becky, what was your sort of just impression on the episode overall?
It was kind of interesting. I really did kind of enjoy the where the whole conversation headed and how that would have looked, because this was back in 1989 it first aired, right? So all this kind of technology that is something that we're so familiar with right now and we're so used to. I mean, that was something of probably more fictitious then.
It was pie in the sky.
Yeah, it was just like flying cars, right? It was
models that could be the same thing. Yeah.
It's pretty interesting to think that they had this kind of they were questioning this balance of and creating this romance with this AI generated character and how that would look and to be that creative, that was just for the time, it's just really interesting that that's where they went. And to see kind of how the ship was they showed some things on the ship and stuff, and it was kind of interesting to see how quiet it was on the ship, but there was this humming in the background, and I don't know if it was on the ship or not. And I was like, it sounds kind of like you're in a, when you're in an elevator almost, and it's that hum. And I'm like, would that actually happen in space?
So whenever they're on the bridge, you will hear that hum.
Well,
a lot of
different rooms have different hums, but
yeah, they do.
But the actual sound of the starship, I don't know if you hear me.
Yeah.
I actually go to sleep to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's so interesting that they would even pick up on that, because back in '89, again, that might not even be you're thinking of that would be almost a, I can't even describe where they would find that kind of sound or how they imagined it to be, and you're like, would that sound like that in space? Would it really? Because you just assume it'd be very quiet.
Wait until you hear the warp core.
Oh, really?
Well, yes. Okay, so a couple things. So yeah, the ship has that ambient noise. The bridge has a sound. The engineering room has a sound. Depending on where you are. But what Star Trek does, and a lot of sci-fi does this, where when you're in space, technically there would be no sound in space, but they like to let us hear things, like the ship kind of flies by or shoots the phasers, but that would technically have no sound, right? Mm-hmm. They do that just for the audience, basically, so that we feel as if they were, flying around in the sky more, in that sense, So you have to sort of take that along with it. I think you're dead on with a lot of the AI generative ideas that back in 1989, when this holodeck concept was out there, that was all that's flying cars in the future. And I'm watching this tonight and I'm going, wow, this is a lot of the things that Picard says, Riker says, Jody says, it really hits home to today. There's a couple quotes here, I think, from Picard, where he says, machines are flying us now, and do I trust a computer with my life?
No.
Or not. Do you trust the human factor? So some interesting philosophical ideas there too. And then I think there's a lot of ethical issues that often come up with this episode around the recreation of a real person.
Which we're now seeing in AI video, where they're bringing Michael Jackson back, and he's talking about Pepsi or something, and
Sure.
it's crazy.
A lot of the ones you see out there in our world may be like deceased people, but like Leah Brahms is a real person that he's able to
she exists in this universe.
She exists in this world.
Yeah,
and
she's
they're able to
alive
use
during this time.
her professional work and her other, her picture and whatever else, that he's able to recreate a version of her within 9% margin of error. And and
don't forget, we already gone through Barkley recreating.
His episode hasn't come yet.
Hasn't come yet.
Yeah, it's later this season.
Which is way over the top.
Yeah.
Right. But, are we surprised that people would do this? Like,
no.
We should not be.
Have you been on TikTok today? Yeah. There's already 1,000 of those things.
Right.
Yeah.
And he kind of falls for this holographic version of Leah Brahms, and then he turns it off. He's like, well, sometimes you just got to turn it all off, but not before a big smooch.
The one thing that never occurred to me until today, though, is that if you notice like the dialogue coming out of her, everything she says that's not related to the technical aspect of things is something that he literally would want her to say.
Yes.
So the computer has actually made her that, and that actually comes back into play in a later episode. I think it's season 5, if I'm not mistaken, where the real Leah Brahms, the same woman that we just saw, she shows up for a completely different thing, and she's nothing like
that 9% margin of error. Really
was way more than 9%.
Turns out she doesn't even like Italian food.
No, she does like that stuff. They did say that in the episode, but
right. But like, she's a very different personality than this version that we get, and I think that like, I guess tying in with like our real world things, like when you're dealing with like a large like an AI model or whatever, it's very agreeable with you.
Absolutely.
And I think that ties in with what Jody's saying, where like this version of Leah Brahms is there to like rub his shoulders and to kind of bat her eyes at him.
The actual Leah Brahms is actually she's a very straight and narrow person. She's very not social, like at all.
Do you remember, isn't she in a relationship with is married or something?
Yeah, she's married.
She is married.
Yeah.
But then I hope to not spoil too much here for you, Becky, but like in the finale of the show, in this alternate future, we see that he gets married to her in that timeline.
Yeah.
But then they didn't do that when they did. I'm getting into the.
We can't even get into the last episode of this show, because the last episode of this show is a 3-hour discussion. It's all over the place. Oh yeah.
But it's
great.
Not the hologram. He marries the real
in an alternate timeline that never happened.
In a timeline that didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
But nearly did. So to break all that down for you. Okay, well, Jody, I think we got a few of your thoughts. Before we go to Adam, did you want to add anything?
Oh no. Let's keep going.
And Adam, what was your takeaway with this episode?
I think that the concept of getting caught in this booby trap is really cool. And
yes.
Like Next Generation did so well, they really explain things in a believable way. Mm-hmm. So in this case, they had those little whatever they were sucking energy, and they couldn't engage in
generator things.
Little energy sucking radiation generators.
I think that this show did a great job of pulling things together in 40-odd minutes. That made sense.
They don't waste time like they do in a lot of modern shows. Like in modern shows, you always have like 20 different like throwaway scenes just to kind of like max the runtime. And it's like, and I think back then, I think they really consciously wrote the scenes and made sure that the scenes that were in there made sense.
Yeah, like
to me anyway. That's what
I agree. I agree with that completely. Like I was just watching this too, and I'm like, man, this episode is tight. Like every scene is meaningful.
And every scene makes sense to be there, and it also reflects the overall storyline at some point, right? So it's like even his relation with the girl at the beginning, like that establishes that he's not this playboy guy, and he's a guy that really is awkward, right? So
right. Some things
the computer senses that and changes the program, right?
Yeah, and just like a lot of like some really good stuff here. I think that like the booby trap is such an interesting problem to solve, but so simple too. That I'm with you on that, Adam. Any other thoughts?
Again, I like to see little interesting part points about Picard and this whole idea about the ship in a bottle conversation. That was, again, fun. You get to see a little more. Picard is, for us, or for me back then in 1989, I was like in grade 12. And I remember he's just like the stoic captain. But you see a little bit of something into his personality. It's kind of cool because we didn't see that in the show till later.
Yeah, we didn't really get into Picard's personals until like season 5, really. Well, after, I guess, probably started after the Borg.
After the Borg.
Yeah, I don't even know if this is the very first instance of Picard. Like, he loves archaeology, he loves history, but a little bit more about what he did as a kid, like this whole idea of building ships in a bottle.
The ship in the bottle. Model airships. I used to build them when I was a child.
Good fun.
I also like how that little scene with O'Brien, like Riker looked at him like he's like, you should do something like that. Like, dude,
I did. I really did.
He really did. He really did make the ships in the bottle. He's not just sucking up to the captain.
O'Brien's full of shit. He never did. We know that.
And then the other thing I really liked, again, with the technology side of it, is that they bring like a little power pack to power up the bridge on the other ship, and it's kind of fun. It's cool.
Well, you got to jumpstart it, Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's been sitting there 1,000 years. Like, the battery's probably dead.
Yeah,
somebody must have left an interior light on.
Yeah, even just this concept.
They did have little square light bulb or flashlights
like,
they have.
Like this old ship that's been sitting there for 1,000 years of an extinct species, and now they're being killed by this war that's long forgotten. There's just like a lot of interesting concepts, and and you're always entertained with this episode, even if you might question some of the.
Some of the scenes are cringe, but I think they're still necessary.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, if maybe we can jump into the episode, break it all down. Of course, spoilers. I guess I should have said that beginning, but it's 30.
Yeah, it's been 30 some odd years. If you haven't seen it now,
years.
Sorry, I was
number one. Why are you watching this? And number two, why are you watching that?
Yeah. Let's have a look. Okay, so the episode begins on the holodeck. Becky, I don't know how familiar you were with this concept, but it's basically a virtual reality, but you can physically touch it, like it creates.
The holograms are physically manifested, so they have the ability. You can touch them, you can interact with them.
Yes, and Jody's on a date with a member of the crew here. I think Christy is her name. I know her from that Tommy Boy movie. She was the love interest in Tommy Boy for Chris Farley in that one. Yeah. Okay. And so this is a few years before that, actually, but
yeah, it would have been.
Yeah. Anyway, so the body language not great here from Christy. She's
literally staring forward like she's driving a car. Like,
I'm not interested at all.
She's like, this is so lame. Why am I here?
Like, what?
Jody's offering Coco Locos or whatever, but she doesn't want any. Coco No-Nos, maybe they were.
Coco No-Nos.
Jody almost forgot. Snaps his fingers and appears a holographic, violin player.
Dave, how did you feel about Jordy's outfit here?
That's okay. I don't love the shirt.
The gypsy violinist is how we refer to it.
Yeah, I was feeling like this was a bit dated just with the use of that. But hey, they didn't know.
It is what it is, guys.
Anyway, so he's like, hey, Christy, how about this violin player? It's not working in the romance here. She's not, and Jordy's kind of getting the message. He's getting the vibe here. He's like, yeah, he tries to move over here, and she kind of, cringes. As Jody trying to get closer to her, and she's like, well, I just don't like you that way, Jody. And he's like, yeah, I get that. So he's disappointed, but what are you gonna do? So and then he tells this player here that they need to knock it off.
Knock it off.
Yes. The sad thing here. Now, we then move from the holodeck to 10 Forward Lounge, where we got Wesley Crusher playing three-dimensional chess here with
those fucking annoying pants.
Data, yeah. Well,
those annoying pants with the flap on the back. God, I hate
you gotta have a flap on the back.
That's terrible.
Anyway, so Wesley makes a move. He's all happy, but Data then kind of schools him here in chess. But
He's playing an android. This is not fair.
Yeah.
I don't care how smart that kid is.
Yeah, exactly. He's a little out of his depth here.
Yeah.
And we're seeing where they are. They're in this asteroid field, debris field of the final battle of this war that happened 1,000 years ago between these two alien species. The remarkable destruction, and they didn't know that this was like the big battle. But so we're getting some
Is
of the
that
backstory.
an ashtray over on the right hand side?
Yeah. Looks like it.
I think it is, or it's like a bowl of nuts, maybe. I don't know, but
Oh,
Must
maybe.
be a bowl of nuts. Yeah.
it looks a lot like an ashtray.
Because nobody smokes in the 24th century.
No, except for Rios. But
Rios
anyway.
did, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so then, they're just kind of looking at the devastation here, and then who walks into 10-4? But Jody LaForge, which Wesley knows is not a good sign, as he was familiar with Jody preparing the simulation and the holodeck thing for the perfect game.
And he's back in uniform.
He's back in uniform. He's not in that cool looking shirt he was wearing on the holodeck with the capris. He's had to change it up here. Even Data's like, he kind of mimicking Wesley here, going, uh-oh.
So look at Jody's position in that picture. Go back. Yeah. To me, it looks like he's stalking the chick beside him now. Like, this guy's actually kind of a creeper.
I don't know if I would go that far. Maybe he's looking
kind of a creeper.
Trying to hit her up, maybe. Like,
Well, I think that's what's going on.
Is talking to women at bars like makes you a creeper?
Know, everybody knew this
No.
guy. Everybody knew
No,
this
it's
guy.
him sitting there staring at her. That makes her.
Well, maybe he's talking to her.
Oh, okay, maybe.
It's a still picture.
But it's like the guy who wants a girlfriend so bad.
Yes. Yeah, he's the guy who wants the girlfriend so bad. Yes, that's totally true. And poor Jordy here. He's got no game. He ordered a very stiff drink as well. But we'll see that
It's in
woman.
the hall, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, that woman will not be there when we come back to Jordy later. So I guess it didn't work out. So they're even.
So for those taking track at home here, he's already scored. He's scoreless with 2 attempts. So
Well, Data literally has had more action than Jordy in the couple seasons.
actually, at this point, yes, he has.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's an android.
And he's an android, fully functional.
Fully
Just so you know.
functional.
Anyway, so Data gets called to the bridge next, and up here on the bridge, they are detecting something that's coming from the debris field. What could it be? So the Enterprise decides to move in to investigate closer. And as they do, they find something remarkable. It is is it benthin? Is that the name of the species?
So Dave, before you go here, this is where I always get confused. Like, they have a helmsman, but Picard always goes to Data. Hey, Data, take us in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Data's
an
not the
inconsistency.
pilot. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, Data is a science officer. He's not a
This
pilot.
is something that bothers me. Operations.
Yeah.
But they also have Worf and security, and he's useless. So.
Wesley's not on the bridge for this scene. He's normally the one taking the piloting orders, so I guess that's partly why. Anyway, so they're amazed to find this battle cruiser. Worf's amazed, and in particular, Picard is giddy over this. That's something he's dreamed of, maybe finding a discovery like this. A ship like this should be in a museum until he destroys it at the end of the episode. But but for a while he's pretty with it. This is an amazing discovery, and he needs to know more. So that is our teaser for the episode as we head into the credits and move on from here. So not bad. Establishes a few things. They found this ancient ship. Geordi sucks with women. Let's move on.
I'm almost positive they went over to the Fox lot and stole some Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting model they used here for the ship. The details on it.
Pretty neat.
Anyway, so the Enterprise is now moving in to investigate, and Picard's deciding he's going over there to check it out. Riker does not like it. Riker does not like the captain going to the other ship, but he's pulling rank on this one for captain's prerogative or whatever.
Well, he is the captain. At the end of the day, he's like, yeah, screw you, I'm going.
Captain's prerogative. This one's mine.
Yeah. I like how earlier on the bridge too, Riker was like, "It's not possible that a ship could have existed for this long, or it could be still functional." And Picard kind of corrects him.
Not possible. Well, hardly possible, number one.
Hardly possible.
We have a comment from a Jameel Robinson. I'm not familiar with him, but he says, "Oh my God, this is the best review panel ever. Don't know why.
He's so
I don't know
right.
why either, but I have an
so right.
idea."
Thank you for the comment.
Who's this Jameel we speak of?
But later on in this conversation, Picard's like, "Don't worry, I'm heading over to that ship. We've looked at everything. What could possibly go wrong? We've considered all the risks.
We have examined every conceivable risk.
The risks on a ship this old and fragile are inconceivable, Captain.
Inconceivable."
So I just want to point out that there's no fucking way that they looked at all the risks, because there was one right there. That
There was a big one, that the booby trap of it all.
the booby trap is the big one that you totally missed.
But they don't know that they're in that yet. They haven't realized it.
That's true. Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
So
This is one of those rare times when Riker is actually right when they're fighting.
right.
And why
well,
would it be working 1,000 years later?
minimal power usage.
It's got a really good standby. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got a good standby mode.
Great standby battery.
It's like not understanding the full mechanics of how it works. I don't know. It could be like nothing degrades in space technically. So anyway, so they're heading on over there. Picard starts talking about his days making ships. And
Franklin degraded in space.
What?
What was that?
Franklin, remember the guy who was in the buffer pattern with Scotty?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
did.
Yeah,
He did.
that's
Yes. Anyway, so Picard wants to know who's playing with ships in bottles as boys.
Good Lord.
Riker's
Didn't
like-
anybody here build ships in bottles when they were boys?
And they were boys.
Riker's like, I wasn't a nerd.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, Riker's like, I wasn't a nerd.
I'm no nerd.
Worf doesn't play with
Oh.
toys.
I did not play with toys.
I played Ambu.
I was never a boy.
Dad in Alaska.
What's that, Adam?
Riker played Ambujitsu in Alaska.
Yeah, he was doing cool things like fishing with his dad in Ambujitsu. Anyway, so
And resenting his dad. You forgot that part.
but O'Brien did it.
Ships and bottles? It's great fun.
Great fun.
Great
Loves
fun.
it.
Yep.
So, validates Captain Picard, and as they beam off here, Riker's just like, "You suck up."
We also missed that line that was really funny, which was well, you played it, but I think the audio got mixed up. But
Oh, I did.
yeah,
I did. I really did.
No, before that, with where he's like, I didn't play with toys, and then Data's like, I was never a boy.
I was never a boy.
Yeah, exactly. All on command here. So a great little moment here.
was, yeah.
Just
I
a
liked it.
quiet one. But they get their first sign of the booby trap. The power brownouts are starting to hit the ship, and they're starting to have some difficulties. But they don't quite know. So we
And
head
Riker
over.
has those eyes.
Yep.
He's like,
we head over to the alien ship, and they're looking through that basically like a 1,000-year-old tomb, which
Jody.
like
They did have them.
I told you they had them.
Oh,
yeah,
I missed that.
the big flashlight with the
Your favorite
handheld.
flashlights.
The stupidest flashlight ever made.
Yeah, it's literally. I don't know if you can see this, Becky, but it's basically just a box. Like it's a box and they're holding it, and it even has like sharp edges where they would be putting their palm. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, they didn't know yet about that. It was the
80s. We didn't know.
Yeah.
Didn't know about flash. The best
Ergonomics. What are those?
Yeah.
Body cams.
Oh yeah, it's like awkward how they're kind of like
Yeah.
clawing at it.
They literally are like this.
They're like, what would a futuristic flashlight look like? And this is what
Yeah,
they came up with.
It's like
And so yeah, could have been better. Even like a hat with a light attached to it would be better.
yeah, NASA did that in the 70s. Like
Or a body cam.
60s even.
A body cam.
A body cam.
Body cam.
Yeah, with some lights.
That's one technology I don't think we ever got in Next Gen.
Not that we ever saw, but
No.
I always wondered why can't
The video logs, they did the video logs all the time.
I think that like that's what you would build into the comm badge, right? Like right off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the closest we got was Jordy's little thing, his visor.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, the episode where they take him over.
So they find the the corpses of the alien crew here that have been sitting here for 1,000 years. The Grim here, and we'll come back to them in a moment. Meanwhile, Jordy's, he's on to his second drink at least here, and Guinan's here now. Becky, this is Whoopi Goldberg. I don't know if you're familiar with her as an actress, but
Yes.
she's been in a few things.
Yeah.
Were you surprised to see her show up here in Star Trek: The Next Generation?
I was a little, but I think I remember in passing, either Jamil mentioned it or something that she was in a couple episodes. But I didn't know what her character was or who she was.
She's like the bartender.
Oh.
And she's not human. She's an alien that lives for long time, like even hundreds of years, if not longer. We got a comment here from Ambulatory Bird. Picard really could have used O'Brien when everyone was making fun of him for horseback riding. That's true.
That's true. Yeah.
He'd be like, kayaking's also pretty tough, and spring ball and everything else they like to do. So so Geordi's getting some love life advice here from Guinan, who, he's like, what is it with me? Give me something stronger. Would stronger alcohol help? No. What is the first thing you look at for in a man, Guinan? And she goes, his head. He goes, of course, his mind. And she goes, no, his head. I like bald guys. And I think this is, she said one time a bald man saved her, was kind to her when she was hurting. And I feel like this is a reference to, well, kind of a retroactive one to Time's Arrow. When she met Picard, in the 1800s back then.
That's like three seasons from now.
Yeah, that hasn't played out yet.
Now,
but I wonder if this line was then kind of picked up for that episode later. Kind of think it was.
Good theory.
We'll see if it comes up in Fun Facts.
Could also be in Picard too.
Yeah,
technically.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, so Guinan also makes this point to Geordi that he's not nervous when he's talking to her, and she goes, well, you're different, and he goes, well, so are you. If you didn't try so hard, you might maybe would have a little bit more success and a little bit less if you had a little less anxiety.
She's basically like, stop being a loser. Just
be cool.
Just be cool,
just
man.
Be cool, man. Just be cool. Why can't you just handle it? So I think Geordi kind of takes the point. I don't know if it helps him at all, but that's kind of the idea.
Based on his history, I'm gonna go with no.
Yeah. He eventually does get married and have 2 kids. So,
he does, yes.
So somebody could stand him eventually.
Sometimes it takes a while before you find the right one, Dave.
Yeah, that's true.
Or one that's even willing to be with you.
Yeah, so
which in his case is a lot.
That's it for Whoopi Goldberg in the episode. She's done.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was her contract obligation.
No, not in the whole show. Beyond this, Becky.
Just on that episode.
She's actually an extremely important character in this series.
Yeah. Pretty quick scene. Anyway, up on the bridge, Wesley's starting to notice some weird things with the con. It's not responding quite right. Riker gets him to check it out. Over on the alien ship, they're kind of going through things, trying to get the lights turned back on, and examining what they can here, trying to get some.
I want to know what those lights are that are above them. The 4 lights.
There are 5 lights.
There might be 5. I don't know. It's kind of cut off.
It's hard to
tell.
But
what is the purpose of those lights if they're not going to light up? They look pretty big. You would think that would be enough light, but apparently not.
No. So. Anyway, they died at their post, which Worf is very admirable of here. And they are finding these old data crystals that have some of the logs recorded onto them.
These are their USB keys.
They're USB keys, and and Picard makes the point that this alien race, they were building this ship when humans were in basically the 15th century, where using steel crossbows and didn't even understand if the sun revolved around the earth.
Yeah, well, where did their advanced technology get them, Dave? They're dead now.
They're all dead now, but but Picard's very impressed with some of the ingenuity of their time. We get to see kind of this echo of the past, this 1,000-year-old alien who's long gone, who talks. They can't quite make out his log here, but that he's admiral of his crew and he takes responsibility for it. But there's some subtle clues in this scene that kind of allude to the booby trap without giving it all away quite yet. So that mystery is still building here. But you know, they just after they watch this, they kind of pack up and
Worf's like,
So-
I really like his head ridge.
yeah, that's a proud looking alien.
That's a
there.
good looking one.
Yeah, I like it.
His is bigger than mine.
Yeah, he didn't like that.
Yeah, he didn't like that
Anyway,
part.
so they figure, okay, well, we had a look. Let's head back. And Picard comes back to the bridge gleaming. He's so excited. He's so joyed. He's like, that was so credible. And the crew, you know, Troy in particular here,
They're like,
and
why is this guy so happy?
he's nerding out, man. He's hard
Yeah.
nerding out for this, you know. You know, Picard doesn't normally get too excited about a discovery like this, but he's right in his element, you know. so
Riker's like, just don't tell me anything else about these fucking ships and bottles. I don't want to hear about it.
yeah. We see a couple looks here from Troy as they're impressed with their captain, and even Troy says, "We're not
I
used to
hate
seeing you
this
this."
about her. Yeah,
Hmm?
like this is what I don't like. You know, oh, the captain's happy, yay!
Why is she bringing this up, like in front of all the
Why is she
staff?
even
I
on the
think that's
bridge?
kind of ridiculous too.
She's
As I'm getting older, I don't like her as much. So
I can't say I liked her all that much to be.
I think she's just there to kind of be like, she's noticing the captain's happy, the rest of the crew around is also
The
happy.
she is a
Captain's
plot.
happy,
She's a
everybody's
plot device, Dave. That's all she
Becky,
is.
I don't necessarily agree with them here, but but I will say that just so you understand, Troy is half Betazoid, and she has the ability to feel the emotions of others around her. That's why
Supposedly,
that's
only
why
when
she's
it's
seeing these
convenient
things.
to the plot, though.
Her powers are sometimes inconsistent. Yes.
Yeah.
So, but you know, it's all pretty brief anyway. They're ready to get on their way. They're ready to head out of this asteroid field, but Helm is not responding. They can't get going. There's some weird readings here. Wesley Crusher can't figure it out.
I have a
Jor-
question just about the bridge, because I've
Mhm.
seen like clips of other shows and stuff. Like, this isn't always the same people on the bridge. Like, because usually isn't there like other people? Like, are these people always on the, like, these are the main characters, I guess, for next gen, right?
For
Is it
next
like-
gen, although the pilot does change
Yes.
a couple times on this show. So originally it's Jody, who's
Yeah,
now the
Jody
chief
was
engineer.
originally that. Yeah,
And
he was
then
a
it
helmsman
becomes-
at one point.
It becomes Wesley Crusher for a bit, and then he eventually leaves the show, and then this other character, Ro Laren, comes in for a while. She's like a Bajoran woman, is played by Michelle Forbes. She kind of takes over the job for a bit. And then there's always the idea too with the Enterprise is that it's such an advanced ship. The Enterprise, this particular version of the Enterprise, is so advanced that almost any idiot could fly it. Like, you know, the computer does do a lot.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we'll put a kid in there.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
Where compared to like Captain Kirk's era, which is like 100 years before this, you need somebody a little bit more skilled at the helm, you know, in that kind of stuff. So,
But they do run in shifts. Like these guys aren't the only ones that are ever on the ship. Like there are other people that come in and out. And
yeah, there's like 1,000 people who work on this ship.
yeah, and I believe they have
3 shifts, Becky.
they have 3 shifts, except for when
Jellicoe does.
Jellicoe was there. The Jellicoe made them do 4 shifts.
We're throwing a lot at her here, but
We are throwing a lot at her. Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
She's
'cause
like, what the hell did I sign up for?
Because I saw Troy come onto the bridge, right?
yes.
So, but she's not typically on the bridge. She just comes in and out.
No, she's always there usually, unless she's
She
in
is
her,
when she's convenient to the plot.
Sometimes
Oh.
she's in her office. Her job, she's the counselor, so she's kind of like the psychiatrist of the ship.
But she's only the counselor to these people, apparently. She doesn't actually help anybody else.
She
She's
helps
always on
other
the damn
people,
bridge.
and she helps with crew evaluations, and she's there to kind of be like an advisor to the captain in a lot of
But
situations.
the back displays that they have there, Becky, those are actually key areas of the ship. So like you'll see Geordi up there sometimes because he can do what he needs to do from here.
Yes,
you know,
but he's
instead of
typically in
not
engineering.
He's
Like,
usually in engineering though. Yeah.
Anyway, so they call down to Geordi, who's down in engineering. Like, why can't we move? What's going on? We need power. And Geordi can't figure it out. He's checking the systems. Everything checks out, but we're not moving here. We
He's
should
like,
be moving.
I can't win with
We should be
anything."
going like a bat out of hell.
A bat out of hell, but we're not
bat out of
moving.
hell.
Okay, so here's another point of problem for me. So Jordy has a whole engineering crew, and he never utilizes them.
No, they all just stand around while he does it. Yeah.
In this particular episode, it would have made a lot of sense for him to be collaborating with his team, but he
Yes.
doesn't. He doesn't. Yes.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care what any of them have to say. I'm going to solve this myself.
Right, and it's here that Picard now realizes, have we walked into a 1,000-year-old booby trap? Well, let's do what we do really well on this show. Let's have a conference.
Yeah, time for a meeting.
Time for a meeting.
No
Nobody brought
Teams
sandwiches.
meetings this time. We're doing it in person.
No coffee, no tea. But we're here to get things. And Jody gives the news like, we're surrounded by radiation. The radiation's trying to kill us. We are using the power we do have to keep the shields up so we don't die. And we need to figure out this. And Worf says the radiation's so strong we can't even figure out where it's coming from. Like it's interfering with the sensors. So that's a whole thing. And eventually they're going to lose their power and the shields, and they're going to die. We got World Mind saying here, everyone's favorite problematic relationship episode.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's a good episode, even though it is a problematic relationship episode.
Sure.
I agree.
Yeah. Anyway, so they say, hey, Data, was there any like history in this like ancient alien war about this kind of thing? He starts spouting off all these other things, and then Riker goes, anything specific like this? And Data's like, no. No, I don't have anything. Sorry, not
in later seasons, you actually hear Picard tell him to shut up a lot, which is actually pretty funny. He's like, shut up, Data.
Yeah, sure. Data tends to
He over tells you everything.
explains. Yeah.
He mansplains everything. It's terrible.
Android splains. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we head over here as Geordi's trying to work the problem in engineering. Doesn't talk to any of his friends. He starts like eventually going into like the schematics of the engine. Finds all these citations from an L. Brahms. Who's this L. Brahms? Was apparently one of the designers of the engine when they were building the ship years before this.
Someone whose hair defies gravity.
Yes. Anyway, so he starts like talking to like audio logs of her from when she was building the ship, so he can start to kind of work the problem. Anyway, and then we head up to the Enterprise bridge where it's Crusher. They could have included this in the earlier scene with Crusher, like in the conference room, but they decided to break it up here. Crusher kind of giving the information to the captain, like, when we lose our shields, like the radiation is going to basically kill us in 2 hours, and after 2 hours there will be no reversing it. There will be no coming back from it. So
you'd think that would be an important thing to bring up during your meeting.
Yeah, but they decided to break this. I guess instead of having all the information dump in the conference meeting, they decide to
maybe
they break it
trickle
up
it out a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So Picard's like, oh, that doesn't sound good, and he doesn't know what to do. He's basically hoping Geordi could figure out a solution. Meanwhile, he had sent over Riker and Data and Worf, I guess, back to the alien ship to get more information if they could. They find a bunch of these like data crystals, and so they're going to bring them back to the Enterprise and have a look at that and try to figure out if they can figure anything else out.
It's going to take forever to virus scan those.
Yeah. Back in engineering, Geordi's still trying to figure out how he's going to get the engine moving. Everything else, he wishes he could like take it apart and build it all up, and he eventually comes up with this idea like, why don't I just recreate it on the holodeck so I can kind of work the program from the ground up? Because what Jody wants to do, like something about reconfiguring the crystals, is not available until like the next model. It's not ready yet. So he has to figure that out. He heads to the holodeck. This time not for romance, or is he? And he loads up the program. This is the drafting, like where they built the. It's a recreation of where they built the Enterprise on Mars. And we see kind of like the
that's the
Enterprise
ship being built. Yeah.
The ship being
which
built
was really
back
neat
then.
to see. I thought.
Yeah, it's kind of neat to go back and see some of these things, and he's kind of like in a
he's now a tourist.
Tourist in here as he's checking this all out, going through the plans, trying to figure out. He's still working with this audio version of Leah Brahms, basically. And then all of a sudden he says something that the computer interprets as a like, how about you make her for me? Or how about you show me something? And so all of a sudden there's a holographic recreation of Leah touching his shoulder. And
who
saying,
is a lot friendlier than the real one.
Well, not yet.
Well,
not yet. At first she's kind of a robot, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. And then he's like, oh, go look through the logs and then make her based on that.
Yeah, there's a commercial break here after this great reveal. I don't know why this was supposed to like wow us as much back then. Like I think this idea that you could recreate a real person on the holodeck. I don't know if they had done it yet. I don't know if they had fully.
We've already had the Moriarty episode, didn't we?
Yes, but that's a fictional character, right?
That's true.
Like
Yeah.
the idea of recreating a real life person, like the idea that your image could be recreated, I guess, is kind of like maybe introduced here for the first time in a Star Trek sense.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, all up until this point, all the holodeck characters have been fictional, right? They've been imagined people. You know, in the Dixon Hill simulation or whatnot. And this is the first time that Jody knows that this is a real person in the real world that he could meet, you know, a contemporary of his. So I think that's kind of, you know, and she's a good looking woman. So,
but in the past, when they recreate the fictional characters and stuff, can they touch them?
Yes.
And they can touch that, like they could touch Jody.
So the explanation to the holodeck is basically it makes a hologram using matter, so it has the ability to make it solid.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know how like the transporter takes you apart and turns you into energy, and then it puts you back together. It's kind of like a similar.
It's similar
concept.
to that idea,
but it can only exist in this room. It can't leave the room. You know. And so but so now Leah Brahms' image is here and can talk to Jody, but you know, Jody is finding her a little. He wants a bit more personality, you know, now that he's got a. Which
is funny because she kind of is more like how she is when she actually shows up.
Yeah, like this is actually closer to the real Leah.
Closer to her than
a little bit more serious, business-like, right?
She's very abrasive. Real life,
So I this is before he's added the personality. I think he calls up to Picard, says, "I'm working the problem down here, not with my engineering staff, but I you know, we're figuring this out." And there's also this intermittent scene here with Data, Riker, and Picard, where they're looking at what they brought back from the ship, the logs. Most of it's decayed, most of it's useless, but they're kind of going through it. And then we head back to the holodeck, where Geordi's getting sick of this boring robot Leah Brahms. He needs some pizzazz. You know, he can't work under these conditions.
And
so
this is where it gets creepy.
And this is where he crosses the line. Yeah, technically, right? You know, so this is where it starts. Well, he gets sucked in. He gets infatuated with it all, right? Because now she's like the perfect woman.
He's so desperate for interaction that at this point he's now found it.
And at any point he could have created a fake person on the holodeck, right? Like just like he did with the violin player or whatever, right? And
are you trying to say that he didn't already do that? Because we all know he did.
Well, maybe he did it, but that doesn't interest him, right? This interests him in a different way.
Yeah,
like you know, forming this connection with this holographic person. So he uses her personal logs and whatever he can. From her personality profile to create like kind of a recreation of who she really was.
And Dave, if I can just point something out, he's also got a full team in engineering that could do this for him.
He doesn't like them, so they're not.
He told them all to take a lunch.
This is where I think like Picard would go, that's a little weird.
It's a good thing they don't have like payroll budgets and stuff.
Right, and the actress does
this would suck.
Susan Gibney plays this role, and like she does a really good job of coming to life now that she's been like, you know, she's like a real woman, I guess, or not in the Pinocchio sense, right? And you know, is being made more of a person. It's me, Jody. Like, nice to meet you. Like, I'm gonna start calling you Commander LaForge, and she's so nobody is this nice the minute they just met somebody, but because this program wants to be agreeable, you know, it's kind of
and you notice as the interactions happen in the episode, she gets even more interested in like what he's doing and stuff, which is creepy in itself, I think. But
yeah, well, the hologram seemingly starts falling for him in return, right? It seems to be
at least the illusion of that, yeah,
right. You know, but the hologram isn't real in that way. It's all simulacra. Anyway, so Jordy's kind of like, he's immediately kind of what's the word for head over heels, I guess. He's all
smitten.
Kind of smitten. He's all smitten with her right away, right? Almost from the very first conversation they have after he adds the personality. And then we come back to the Enterprise where they're getting more of this information. The captain talks about, you know, we can't move, we can't fire weapons, We just have to sit here and die. Yeah. And there's kind of the solemn thing: is that going to be their fate? Are they going to die just like that? We then come back to the holodeck with Jody and Leah, and they're what's good for any romance? Fighting.
Obviously,
they're having this big argument. She's saying no, we have to do it this way, and he doesn't want to do it that way. And I played it at the top of the show.
I don't care if you built it with your bare hands out of an old Ferengi cargo ship. It's gonna go, and we're gonna go with it.
We're going to go with it. And she's like, I'm not used to having my orders questioned.
I'm not used to dying.
I'm not used to dying. So.
But this is where it gets creepy because even though she has this very, very hard, strong opinion, it instantly gets reversed when, she decides she's going to be nice, right? So it's like, it gets kind of creepy, which I like that actually about the episode is that the holodeck is essentially, modifying the routine to make him happy.
Right, and that
which is exactly what AI does. Yeah,
AI does. Yeah, right. It's meant to be agreeable, right? So it feels even more poignant in that way. Anyway, so then there's this whole thing about like starship designers and engineers and how they're so different and they have different perspectives and and she's like admiring him and winning his respect and
it's creepy, but she does such a good job with how she does it.
Yeah. Anyway, he gets called away, I think, to talk to the captain here. So he's like, don't go anywhere, and we come back here to this is where Picard's like, what if we just, I don't know, try to blow them up? Try to blow up all the these generators that are creating the radiation.
Yeah, I think that's when they figured out there's like thousands of them or something.
They figured it out from the logs and what the booby trap is and what's causing it. So Data's like, well, if we try to blow it up with our phasers, we might just give all these things energy, and they might make it actually worse. And Picard's like, shut up, let's just do it. I
don't need to listen to you, smarter android guy.
It seemed like it would have been way smarter to use photon torpedoes than phasers.
Absolutely. They're not energy based.
Right, they're concussive, right? So anyway, so Jody gives his next report of what he's working on the holodeck, but Picard goes, never mind what's happening here, Jody. You get back to work. We're gonna make things a lot worse.
You go back to your sex dungeon. It's fine.
Yeah. So they do this, even though Data told them not to. They fire their phasers at these asteroids, which have the generators embedded in them. And it's exactly what Data warned could happen. The radiation intensifies. They are now getting, they've only made it worse, effectively. They've exacerbated things. This episode is like the USS Callister. Oh, from Black Mirror. Interesting. Yeah, I guess it does. Yeah, it's got some notes of that for sure, with like the recreating of a real person in the real world.
But this came about 30 some odd years before, so I'm guessing.
Right, but and that episode's obviously very Star Trek. Good observation there, Jamil. Anyway, so we're back to holographic Leah and Jody. They're trying to figure it out here, but it's not going well.
That's screenshots.
And this is where he's yelling because the computer's like, we're losing too much power. We're shutting down all non-essential systems. And he's like, no, I'm trying to save the ship.
I haven't even got to first base yet.
Yeah, nothing.
And by the way, Picard still doesn't know he's doing this.
No, he doesn't know. He thinks he's working.
I love later when Picard walks in. You're just like, wow.
Picard is not a micromanager. He likes,
he likes to walk around. Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, hey, I'm gonna have to walk back to my room, guys. I'm just gonna get quiet here.
Oh, okay. Is he getting rained on? Is that what's happening?
I don't know.
Anyway, so just when Jody was making progress, his program shut down. We then see, all the lights are off on the Enterprise here. The Worf says we're gonna lose shield power sooner than we thought now. And Picard checks in with Crusher, and she's like, "Yeah, we're gonna be dead in like 15 minutes once those shields comes down." So good job.
Good old Crusher. She's like, "Yeah, just so you know, we're gonna be dead soon."
Yeah, just like nothing.
You might want to step on your. You might want to step on it here.
Riker, puts it all together. He's like, "Yeah, if we do nothing, we die. If we do something, we probably die too." So what's a boy to do? And
do the Riker maneuver a couple more times.
Yeah, Jody says, I've shut down all non-essential power, but I need some back. I need that holodeck program.
I need to go get laid.
Picard's like, what holodeck program? He's like, it's all good.
What are you talking about?
Which, and Jody wasn't even able to override the shutdown. Like, he had to get Picard to authorize it, right?
Yeah.
So there was some interesting developments here.
He's the chief engineer too. You'd think.
Yeah, he's not like a low-ranking guy on this ship.
This guy's a fairly high-ranking dude now.
Yeah. But he needed Picard to get that. So anyway, Geordi's back. Leah and Jody are back. They're gonna keep working the problem here in an engineering sense. And they start saying, well, maybe we could fly out, but we'd have to make all these calculations. We could as the radiation intenses one way, we move another, and maybe we can get out. So they start trying to figure out if that's the next possibility. This is where they're talking about the Italian food. He's like, I can't wait to make you my Italian whatever, or do you like it?
Fugili or whatever.
Turns out she doesn't. So,
yeah.
The real Leah. That wasn't in the personal logs. And then comes back here. Geordi's still working the problem. He's frustrated. This is where we start getting this is where you're like, okay, why the back rub, right? And I guess
because the computer has modified itself to his specifications.
Right. It's reading that like he needs this right now, so it's trying to comfort him. He's like, I don't want to feel good right now. That's for later, honey. Like, let's
we'll do that later.
Yeah. And he's like, everything says we could do it, but we can't make the calculations fast enough. And then the Leah hologram says I could. And Jody says not even Data could do it. Now, it surprised me that not even Data could do it. Because Data can
considering he's literally a walking computer.
Yeah. And a very powerful one at that. But no, Jody goes, you mean the computer? Like a reminder that Leah is not really Leah. Leah is a facsimile, the computer in the sense.
Well, she is the computer in this scenario, yeah.
The best part is here when Jody comes in. Captain Picard. Captain Picard walks in and goes, what's going on? And Jody introduces the Leah hologram. He's like, this is Leah, and whatever. And Picard just looks at him like, what are you doing?
He's just like, what? Why are you down here? What? Shouldn't you be in engineering or something? What the fuck are you doing down here? It's just creepy.
Yeah, and
Adam's having connection issues now.
And he's like, we're about to die in like 10 minutes, and it's partly my fault. It doesn't look like he's getting a good signal there, but hopefully we'll get Adam back.
Adam, if you can hear us, turn off your video. Maybe we can get you on just audio.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe not.
Anyway, don't get distracted here. So anyway, Leah and Picard, and he's like, well, if we hand over control of the computer. Control the ship to the computer, there's a chance that we could get out. And so Picard is now, he goes up to his ready room after Geordi tells him this, and he's like looking out the window. He's like, could I do it? Could I leave my fate? Could I leave the fate of not just my life, but the entire crew, the 1,000 people on the ship, including children, including other life forms.
I work in IT, and I would never let this happen, like ever.
Right.
I can't even get a damn printer to work correctly half the time. And you're going to tell me that this starship can do this?
Well, but
know.
Yeah. So this idea, I think this is more of a 1989 idea too, though. Like in terms of we allow like the computers to drive our cars now. We allow computers to like fly, all kinds of things, right? Planes. Even.
I believe Jamil is speaking of the last scene.
Yeah, when he was just like, when he was looking at Geordi, he's like,
why are you down here in your sex dungeon? What are you doing?
It's in particular how Geordi tries to introduce the hologram like it's his girlfriend. And
it just makes it totally creepy. Yeah. Even Picard's just like, you're fucking weird.
He's like, I have no time to deal with this.
Yeah.
So
I don't have time for you right now. But we are going to chat about this later.
So we get this chat here between Picard and Riker, this philosophical chat about turning the ship over to the computer. This idea of how far we come from the tying in with the ship in the bottle.
I love how they broke it down though for the audience, because not everybody is technical savvy and they're not all understanding everything to do. So it's nice that they brought it down to a level that anybody could get. Like I remember when I was a kid watching this and understanding what was going on. Like it totally made sense.
Yeah, exactly. And he's talking about like how far we've come from like the very first airplanes with one propeller, and can you imagine all that? And now
And he calls it an aeroplane.
aeroplane.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, because they don't exist in his world, right? Like they're gone now.
Yeah.
You know?
Riker has an interesting quote in the scene too. He's like, "I've always liked computers, but they're nothing that fancy."
Computers have always impressed me with their ability to take orders. I'm not nearly as convinced of their ability to creatively give them.
To creative.
That's still true, by the way.
Yeah.
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 So that was a very poignant quote here. And Picard's like,
You miss something not playing with model ships.
yeah, what is the model ships though of it all? Anyway, back to Jordan.
You think him and what's his name, chief engineer guy, or engineer guy, the guy in what's his name, the guy who's always shit on in DS9,
O'Brien?
O'Brien, yeah. Do you think him and O'Brien like they started like a model club after this?
Yeah, they did. Come to model ship night.
Yeah, come to model ship night. It's like Happy Picard Day.
And they're just trying to build ships in bottles. That always looked so hard. I was like, never going to try that. Anyway, so then they're doing the simulations of turning the ship over to the computer. And
Keep in mind, this is '89, and they're doing this animation. Like that's pretty neat.
Yeah, I think some of it might have been cleaned up for the Blu-ray release, but
oh, that's true. Yeah, I never thought of that.
yeah. Anyway, so they run the simulation and they get out, and then Jody goes, but let's run that again, and they run the same simulation again, same parameters, and they die this time. So without changing
Which is
it.
totally true. That does happen in science models and stuff like that.
Sure. So
There's always variables that are random, right?
So not great. And then it's red alert. Then things are starting to get worse. And they need to figure it out what to do. Jody can't figure out the problem. Picard calls, "Hey, we could really use a suggestion right about now."
Yeah, like we're all sitting here doing nothing, and we're all out of ideas.
We're all,
we've
tried nothing, and we're all out of ideas.
We've tried nothing, and at this point, we're just relying on you. And if you don't pull it off, we're all dead.
Yeah, exactly.
No pressure, though. Just figure it out.
2 more minutes. 2 more minutes, Captain. Please. Okay, fine.
Jamil brings up a very good point. Riker talking about computers when he falls in love with a hologram, because later on he does.
That's true.
What's her name? I can't remember her name. It's like a French name.
No, that already happened. Minuet.
Oh, that did happen already.
That was a Binar enhanced hologram.
That was a Binar enhanced hologram. Yeah.
Anyway, so Picard doesn't really have a choice here. He's like, what is he going to do if Jody says, like, doesn't want
Yeah, if Jody's like, I don't got any ideas.
I guess Jody would
What
have
are
to
you
give.
gonna do?
I guess if Picard forced his hand, they would say, okay, run, like, hand it over to the computer and hope we make it. 50-50 shot, right?
Yeah.
And so they run the simulation. I think Jody gets this whole other idea with, and he gives it to Leah here. And Jody then pitches it up here on the bridge. He's like, basically, we turn off the entire ship except for 2 thrusters, and we just kind of move out with our inertia. And coming back to the earlier conversation, Riker says, 1 propeller, Captain. That's good.
1 propeller, Captain.
And Jody says, there's no way the computer can replace the intuition.
There's no way the computer can compensate for the human factor, the intuition, the experience.
And the wish to stay alive.
And the wish to stay alive. Right. That's true too, right? It's like it's all just math and
Well, we're
simulation.
really screwed when the computers figure out that they don't want to die. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, but right now that's not so much part of this thing anyway. So Geordi offered to take the helm, as we established earlier. He was originally the helmsman here, but Picard goes, no, you've done your job. Now I must do mine, and he takes over here for Wesley Crusher. He's like, I'm fine when the ship is like on autopilot for you to fly, Wesley, but right now this is a grown-up job. So
For grown-ups.
Yeah, for the grown-ups.
Stargazer said this. He said, or the fear of failure, but I don't know what that's referring to.
Well, he was saying, like, the fear of dying here.
Okay, yeah, okay,
right. Yeah.
Now I feel stupid.
The fear of failure, the fear of dying, same kind of tied in idea here.
Yeah.
And anyway, so
I like your name, by the way, Stargazer. Good name.
Yeah, good one. Good fitting for this podcast too. As Picard was the helmsman of the Stargazer before he became the captain of that ship, and he's an accomplished pilot. And so the inertia dampeners are offline, so the ship is going to feel a little bit more rocky here as they they're flying with one propeller. And they just had the one burst of the impulse engine to kind of give them some momentum, and now they're all kind of just flying it on
they're gone.
fumes from here. This is kind of like when you're running out of gas and you're just kind of hoping you can coast into something, with just little.
I like to call that my wife, because that's literally what she does with every tank of gas. She's like, let's see if I can roll down to the gas station.
The whole crew too must be like, here we go again. It's just another Tuesday where we're maybe gonna get killed.
We're about to die again.
Right. They all just have to hope that this is going to work. So it's mostly all up here to Picard and Data, and a little bit of Jody helping in the background as they're coming along here. And Picard,
I just got an update from Adam. He is having internet issues, unfortunately. So he says sorry, but
ask him for his rating. We'll plug that in later on.
I will do that.
Okay. Picard doesn't explain what his plan here is for the flight. I think he's showing off a little, quite frankly, as he starts making these maneuvers through the asteroid belt, and it was kind of cool to see them have to like fly the ship in like a more like manual way.
Yeah.
As they're kind of coming up. Oh, hey, don't hit that rock over there. And Picard's like, yeah, shut up. I got it, right? And they're heading right for this big asteroid at one point. And they're like, are we going to hit that, Captain? And he's like, shut up. Hold my beer. Watch this. And so they're coming along. It should be Riker doing the piloting. Well, like, maybe. Like, Picard wants to do it himself. I think after all this talk of, like, whether a man or a human controls the computer or the computer controls the human, I think Picard wants to have a little bit more direct agency.
Why didn't they just mix it up and give it to Data?
Because that's another computer, and we're not doing it.
That would have been funny.
So they head right for the asteroid, and then they use the gravitational pull of the asteroid, because they didn't have enough momentum after some of the maneuvers to get out without dying. Can Becky come back for Galaxy's Child? Is that Galaxy's Child?
There's
Which
that
one's
one.
That? Sure. I don't know which one that is.
I can't remember where it is.
But it's kind of they do a cool spin around maneuver here around the asteroid.
They were fast and furiousing it.
Like,
Data's like, whoa, that was so dope. What did you just do? And
I'm
Picard's
surprised
like,
they didn't start playing like Tokyo Drift or something.
so sure, so confident.
Oh yeah.
He's just
coming off of here.
So, like, why doesn't Picard just like always drive the ship? I guess you don't need to, right?
He's the boss.
He's the boss. He's not supposed to be doing it.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be sitting in the captain's chair, but he's not.
Yeah. And Riker's just like, oh, you devil, you. Like, that was...
like, you slime bald bastard.
Yeah. Anyway, Picard says, okay, let's get on out of here. And number one, let's make sure no one ever goes up into that booby trap again.
Oh, look, they have photon torpedoes that they could have used earlier.
And here they come. And it's a full spread of photon. I think they should have made an effort to save the ship. The ship itself wasn't booby trapped.
Well,
it was just
usually what they do is they usually put down a buoy and then they have somebody else come by.
Why wouldn't you just like use your tractor beam to pull it out?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Shoot first, ask questions later. That's the name of the game. And we're blowing
Wasn't
it
this
all
like
up.
an ancient, like, they were like, oh, this is where this big war happened.
Yeah.
And they were
they're there to study this thing and they end up just destroying it.
Because it's like the equivalent of going to like Rome and seeing the seeing the Colosseum or something like that, and now they're just completely obliterating it.
Yeah, they're destroying it. And I think Picard should at least have one like tear come down his face or something because he was so attached to this thing. But he's like, no, blow it all to hell.
Picard's like, I drifted around an asteroid. I own you, bitch. And then he just blows it all up.
He blew it all up. Who cares? We have scans. We'll send them the scans.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then we got, I guess, this goodbye here with Jody and his holographic friend. Leah Brahms, where she's like, "Don't worry, Jody, because
I'll always be with you.
I'll be with you always."
I'm with you every day, Jordy. Every time you look at this engine, you're looking at me. Every time you touch it, it's me.
And these are the days of our lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's soap opera-y.
I think it's really interesting that they bring the real her into the show later on.
Oh, that was amazing.
And then she finds about
yeah, she
how
actually
that
ends
is.
up walking into this scenario later on, Becky, like the real one. And she's like, "What the fuck? Why is there
Horrified.
me here?" You know?
It would be really weird though, right? Like you walk into a situation
100%. Absolutely.
And,
You're
like,
like,
this
"What have you
guy
been
is-
doing to me?"
and you're like,
You
that's
know?
not even me because it's not how I would act. But
It's
you're
like,
saying,
well, the first thing you think of is like, did somebody just like make a sex doll of me? Like,
yeah, and
that's
like
literally what it is.
Yeah.
like, ugh,
it's so
it's kind of
creepy.
an awkward kiss too, and like I don't know.
It is an awkward kiss, yeah.
so awkward.
Anyway, he's like, sometimes you just gotta shut off the technology, and that's what he does.
It just turns
Just turns her off,
out
and bye.
He's
Wow.
like, perfect girlfriend. We'll just turn her off.
Are we
Done.
sure? Jamil's asking, are we sure the
Gordy.
Gordle?
Gordy married
Someone's been drinking. I think he means Jordy.
Jordy.
Are we sure? Are we sure that Jody married a human being? Well, his daughters were human, so I think so.
Yeah, his daughter was Raymond. Yeah.
Anyway, that is the end of the episode.
It is.
But it's not the end of this podcast, is it, Jody?
No, and I guess now I have to deal with that. Hold on.
Yes, because Adam had to tap out here.
Yeah.
As we call
Normally,
this-
Adam does the fun facts.
Fun facts with
And funny enough, we
Jody.
actually brought that up earlier when he was in, and I didn't end up prepping. So
Facts with Jody.
so stall, Dave. Just stall.
I'm stalling. Do you want to hear a quote from
Red alert. Yellow alert.
There you go. That's a good one. All right. I know you've all been waiting, so I guess I might as well start doing
with
it.
anticipation?
With anticipation, even. All right. This is the second of only 3 occasions Picard is at the helm of the Enterprise during the series. The other times were in 1101 001, which is the binary episode, and Conundrum, which is from 1992. So there you go. The model of the Promilian battle cruiser was originally created for Night of the Creeps, which I guess is a movie from 1986.
The Chameleon Battle Cruiser. That's it.
Yes, yeah, the Promilian. There you go.
Chameleon.
It was later reused frequently in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, so that one comes back, I guess, to be used for other things. In the opening scene where Geordi LaForge enjoys a holodeck date with Christy, the violinist performs a piece of Hungarian dance number 5 by Johann Brahms, which no doubt was the inspiration for the name of the character, Dr.
Brahms.
Leanne Brahms. The same composer has been used as a MacGuffin in a number of other Star Trek productions. So there you go. So Brahm is very popular with production staff. Susan Gibney, who played who played Dr. Liam Rhymes, auditioned for the role of Counselor Troy as well as Lieutenant Tasha Yar before Martina Sideris and Denise Crosby were cast respectively. She was later a front runner for Captain Catherine Janeway and 7 of 9 on Voyager, and the Borg Queen in Star Trek First Contact.
It sounds like she was a runner-up a lot of times.
She was a lot of runner-ups, yeah. But Kate Milgrew, Jerry Ryan, and Alice Krieg, rest in peace. They were all.
She's not
casted.
dead.
Oh no, sorry, it's the other one that was.
It's the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, she was good too. But yeah, so there you go. This episode marks the first appearance of the final version of the Starfleet uniforms. I know Dave's excited about that. Used in the series. The seams running down the sides of the chest were removed, which is great because
this is the end of that. We're done with that
this
now.
is the end. Finally, the women
It
don't
only
have
lasted for 6 episodes. but-
these weird, big, huge creases down both of their breasts. So that's good. The seam running down the side of the chest was removed. The shoulder pads were made smaller, which is good because we're not in the 80s anymore. Well,
they were still in the 80s then.
They were technically, yes. An elastic waistband was added to the bottom of the uniform top. Captain Picard is the only one wearing the updated uniform, though, in this episode. So everybody else is still using the other one.
Yeah, there was something subconscious about me that was going like, there's something not right here or something. Yeah.
There you go. All right, and I think you know what? Let's pick one or two more. Let's do.
How about the problematic relationship? Was anything with that?
Problematic relationship. I don't see it. Okay, this episode takes place in 2366 for all those who are following. Another one is, not only does Jody later meet the real Leah Brahms in Galaxy's Child from 1991.
Oh, that's why he wants her back for it. Okay.
Yeah. A line of dialogue in Star Trek The Next Generation asserts that, at least in the possible future timeline, Geordi and Leah marry and have children. Well, the parentage of Geordi's children, introduced in the third season of Star Trek Picard, is still left vague. The two daughters seen on screen have the same names as the two daughters mentioned in All Good Things.
That's true, but there was something like an off-camera interview where they were saying Geordi did not marry Leah Brahms, and I remember in particular Kevin and Ashley were very adamant that they really didn't want that to be the case, and I'm sure they weren't the only fans who felt like that.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy when you think about it.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll finalize this off with Susan Gibney, who played Leah Brahms, also played Erica Bentine in Star Trek Deep Space Nine episodes Homefront and Paradise Lost.
That's right. She was good in those ones. That was a role they actually gave her.
Oh.
Yeah, they gave her that one.
Yeah.
She wasn't runner-up on it.
But she was never like main cast, eh? She was always like guest star.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, that's all the fun I can handle right now, Dave.
Well, thanks, Jody. I had fun.
Good.
I stand factual now. Okay, so this is the part of the podcast where we rate the episode and give a score. Let's get to it.
I did mention to Adam, but I don't know if he got my message and he hasn't responded, so we're gonna have to get his later, I guess.
All right. Well,
it's gonna screw up the averages, though.
It will. We only have 3 here tonight, so.
It's out of 10.
Out of 10.
Yeah.
And just how much you liked it, what your feeling is from a score from 1 to 10, how much you enjoyed watching it.
10 is like a lot.
10's the most.
10 is the best. Yeah,
10's
there is no faults in this episode at all.
Yeah. Okay, I'll start us off here. I like the episode. I think it's a good episode, despite the objections I might have with some of it. I think that it poses some interesting ideas, and so. I think this is easily an 8, if not an 8.5. So I'm going 8.3. All right, Becky, your first rating ever.
I'm gonna give it an 8 because I thought it was really interesting. So I'll be watching more.
I'm gonna go higher. I'm gonna go 9. I think this is a very solid episode. It doesn't drag, which is nice. Which some episodes do, but rarely in this series. They usually do a really good job. I would say, 9. 9 is very fair. It's a very solid episod.
All right. So the 3 of us without Adam's score is coming to 8.4 out of 10. Jamil says he enjoyed. Did you enjoy the episode of TNG or the podcast specifically?
Well, he says after that, great job, team. So I'm guessing both.
It's both.
Yeah.
Just to give us a benchmark here. So IMDb's rating for this episode is 7.4 with about 4,000 people voting.
I would have thought it would have been higher.
Yeah, I thought it would be a little. It's
Jamil has actually given a rating. Jamil gives this episode 7. a 7.
Okay, Jamil is here somewhere. Boom. Oh. There he is. What did he give it?
A 7.
A 7.
7. Okay. I gotta fix that later. Okay, so that brought the average up to 8.1. Okay, I'm gonna take this down because I have so many columns now up on screen. Okay, so that is our review of Booby Trap.
What's the next episode we're doing, though, Dave?
Well, that's a great question. I'm glad you've asked that. Our next episode will be on next week. We're covering season 3, episode 7. It's called The Enemy. More Geordi.
Jody gets well. This time he's not dating, which is good.
Well, is he? Maybe he is.
Maybe he is. I'm not
know?
going to restrict him. He can do
It's a
whatever he
cave
wants.
date, sort of.
Kind of a cave date. Yeah. He gets stranded on in this cave with this
a Romulan.
a Romulan. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So look out for that. We'll be on. I think we're on.
Who's on that one? Do we know?
Yes. Right now we have Adam, Justin, and Chris Murphy.
There you go.
Signed up for that one. So
And we have to have Becky back apparently.
Oh yeah, we'll have
Yes.
her
If
for
she,
sure.
if she'll come back, of course.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know
of
if I
course.
scared her off or not. Maybe I did.
No.
Yeah,
I didn't think
Well, yeah, because Jody said in the chat, he's like, I don't think I've met her yet, or not. Or
Well, I've
something.
never been on a podcast with her.
Never been on a
No,
podcast. I
but
was-
yeah.
You handled him fine.
At least
great.
this wasn't a bad episode. If you were here for a bad episode, you would have a
There was-
way hard.
there was
You'd have a
one-
way harder time with me.
There was one that was rated 2.8 or something for season 2. On
that
your
was the okay.
Oh.
That's the clip
Season
show.
Gray?
That's the
Yeah.
clip show. Yeah.
Shades of
Oh.
Grey.
Shades
That
It's
was
great. It's
that was during
terrible.
the writer's strike of 1988, and so they
Oh.
couldn't they basically just they took a bunch of clips from the previous episodes.
They
and
literally shot like a couple scenes, and then the rest was just all filler episodes. It takes place in Riker's mind, the whole episode.
Oh, no way.
basically. And it's just recaps of episodes previous. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I guess
It's
'cause
not
they-
our lowest rated.
No, what's your lowest rated one? I guess.
Code of Honor.
Oh.
Hey, I rated that one high.
You
Well,
rated it
higher
a
than
2.
you guys.
Did
Did
you
I
guys
rate it a
start doing
2?
this before? Did you
I
guys
did not. Did I?
You give it a 2.
did you guys do Discovery's next, right? After next gen?
No, it's
No.
Deep Space Nine.
No,
Oh,
Deep
Deep
Space Nine's
Space.
after that.
Yeah, and we actually did that. We did those years ago. We covered all those episodes.
Yeah, those
already.
are already
Wow.
done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, many of those podcasts with Jamil. He was a regular on that podcast.
Jamil
yeah?
was on that one.
Oh yeah. So you can go back.
Well,
and
Jamil's
watch
one of the
your
reasons why this even exists.
Yeah. Jamil's a co-founder along with
Co-founder.
myself.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. So yeah. Oh, Jamil is 7. Right here. I already looked at that. Yeah. So we got all those things. Now, if you didn't know, Becky, we also cover other shows on this channel.
Like what, Dave?
Well, let me tell you. Every Monday night, we're covering a show called For All Mankind. It's available on the Apple, TV streaming service, and we are up to season 3, episode 9. We're gonna be covering it next Monday. It's called Coming Home.
Yeah, be glad you're not on that podcast with me, Becky.
Well, there's
Is it like Star Trek? It's not Star Trek at all.
It's not Star
basically-
Trek, but it's
Oh,
about
go ahead.
space and
Okay.
it's about astronauts.
It's basically what would happen if the Russians won the space race.
Oh,
So they landed on the moon first instead. So it's an alternate timeline from that point on.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's
Check
an
it
interesting
out.
show, and they deal
Like
with
they
all
have
kinds of-
video conferencing in the 90s. That's pretty good.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
like good video conferencing. Yeah,
D-mail.
That's
and
so
D-mail
And
instead of email.
fusion power and,
And fusion
electric
power.
cars and
Yeah.
all kinds of things. Like
Oh,
it
yeah.
actually it
Cool.
goes
So cool.
and they
They
get
had
to
electric cars
Mars.
in the 80s in this version. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So check it out. It's really cool.
it out,
Also, once in a while we have a little fun here where
do
we
we?
do a script read. We'll like read an episode of a show and like reenact it with everyone.
Boy,
doing
I
different
wish I could
voices.
be part of that.
Well, let me tell you, coming up this Friday, we're back. We're covering another episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. It's called A Matter of Perspective. It's a courtroom drama where Riker's accused of murdering somebody, and it's
And sexual assault as well.
all kinds of things. Yes.
For Riker?
For Riker.
Yeah, Riker. Yeah.
We'll
Riker's
see how it all
accused of
plays out. We're going to be reenacting this Friday night. We have a whole great cast coming out here. I'll be playing Riker himself.
Nice.
We got Jody coming in to play Jody
Oh,
LaForge.
I am on this. All right.
You are on this, yeah.
Oh, good.
I'll have to watch because this seems really cool. Like I want to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically this is a script read for the most part, but it's modified a little bit. But the thing that's more interesting is hearing all these people do these weird voices, and also they do tend to improvise some of the lines.
Yeah. You can go back and listen to the ones Jamil's been
Sometimes-
on many times.
Sometimes to the dismay of Dave.
Sometimes. So we'll be doing that live Friday night, 9 p.m. We didn't know about the World Series when we booked it, so
Yeah.
that's how it goes. So
That's okay. We'll have a ticker running or something.
exactly.
good.
All right. Well, and on our other channel, Super Mario Brothers Podcasting, we'll be
nobody
on
watches
tomorrow,
that one, Dave.
Wednesday night. Well, Becky's on that podcast. That was
Not
her.
there.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're covering.
That's a lot of
What's your
watch,
advisor,
actually.
Jody?
No, I don't.
Oh.
This is
No, reality TV is not my thing, and you definitely don't want me on that.
We'll be covering episode 5 of Survivor 49 tomorrow night. It's called "I'm a Wolf, Baby." I'm going to eat her.
Maybe Jody should date her. She looks wicked crazy.
Yeah,
like if I ran into this chick at a bar, I'd be like, "No, I'm not giving you a ride home. You'll kill me."
Yeah, that's probably accurate. So check that out. We'll be on tomorrow night.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everyone. Thanks to Adam wherever you are in Cuba. Thanks to Becky for her first ever
him.
podcast.
He's in Cuba.
Okay, no thanks. No thanks to
Screw him. He's probably sitting on a beach right now.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone who's been with us tonight, the live streams, all the comments, and to Jody as well. We will be
even
back.
me, Dave?
Even you.
Oh,
even
neat.
you.
All right.
So we'll leave you with this quote, and we'll see you next time here on Live Long and Podcast. Have a good one, everyone.
You know, I've always thought that technology could solve almost any problem. It enhances the quality of our lives, lets us travel across the galaxy, even gave me my vision. But sometimes you just have to turn it all off.
Sometimes you do. Good night.
Beam up some Star Trek content with Live Long and Podcast. A roundtable movie discussion with Hey, did you see this one? And take a peek into the darkness with Heard Noise, Must Investigate with Michael Chan. Watch us duke it out on trivial debates. And let's chat about TV with the Super Mater Brothers. It's all here on the United Federation of Podcasts.
Ships and bottles, it's great fun.